What's good? What's good? What's good? Another good day. Talk about this boxing. All right. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Because I only see 2 comments. So should usually be more than 2 comments. I will wait till I see myself live, can hear myself, and you guys tell me 2 comments. All right, I can hear myself. All right, here we go, man. All right, I don't see any. I see 16 people waiting. This is what it says. Although I am already live. So I don't get it. It's almost like I'm not live, like I'm scheduled or something. Tunnel vision. No CPT. Okay, cool. So you can see me tunnel vision. Can anybody else see me? Okay, now it's like 63 people in the building. Like, it's crazy. I can't see anybody's comments, anything. So I'm just going to get going until everything catches up on YouTube. So what's good? What's good? What's good? No CP time. Be right here at 11:30. So that's what's up. All right. Good. All right. I see people starting to come in. We'll wait till we get some people in the building. Hey, man, we got, what do we have? 71 people in the building. We got 49 likes, man. Let's try to get the likes to 75. What's going on? Judah Rising says, shalom, brother. What's going on? Shalom. Kevin Black. What's that? I don't get that. Salute to you, Bumpy Thompson. Shout out, man. Chris Johnson, what's good, man? Good morning to you as well. Yeah, it's a nice morning in Texas, man. Everything's good. Coco, the Don Boxing Channel. Good morning. Good morning, Fannon. Salute to the chat. What's going on, Coco, the Don Boxing Channel? That's what's up. Carl Dickinson, what's going on, sir? How are you? Mr. Shelton in the building. At Abu Rahim, man. I haven't seen like Sharif Abu Rahim, man. Rest in peace to Sharif. No. Sharif Abu Rahim didn't pass away. It was other guy from Memphis, Lorenzen Wright, that passed away. So okay, yeah, sorry. Like what is it? Abu Rahim? Yeah, Abu Rahim. A basketball player used to be named Abu Rahim. What's going on, Judah Rising? Eclectic Agitator said, rise and shine. Shout out to the chat and for 9. Yes, sir. My man, Batty Mon for life. What? That's a hell of an admission, huh? We all know why Terence Crawford got the biggest hot dog. What the fuck? You must have been blocked. You must be blocked. I'd be shocked if you were not already blocked. No, you weren't already blocked because I read this shit on the regular one. You guys are lunching. Where does dude go? There you go. Jay Bird in the building. Much love in that super chat. Hey, hold on one second. I neglected to do something correctly. Give me 1 second. Biggie. Much love in that super chat, sir. Thank you very, very much. Biggie. I didn't have my gong properly situated for the beginning of the show, so I was lunching, man. We got 103 people in the building. Come on, man. Let's get the likes up over 100. Please. All right, so here we go. We had 100. We'll wait till we get 200 because I know we'll wait till we get 200. Damon Wester said, what up, Fannon? Here to speak for my boy Crawford and get to the bottom of this stuff. Oh, hold on, man. Damon Wester. You are moderator now. Damon Wester, you have definitely earned your moderator status, okay? So let it be known. Let it be known. Jaybird 904, thank you, by the way, man. Once again, man, I haven't seen you in a minute, man. That's what's up, man. Thank you so much for your support. I know I gave you a gong, but my mind skipped forward, man, because when I saw your name, every time I see your name, I want to say what's good to you, man. Hope all is well with you, sir. Yeah. Where do we go? Oh, yeah. So I made you moderator, man. So you don't think I'm picking on you. I don't want anybody to be able to block you for defending your boy Terence Crawford. But dog, your boy Terence Crawford looked like hey man. Your boy Terence Crawford. You say you better wrench his ass up. Hey, it's my pleasure, David Wester. Hey man, you take care. You take care of business on the channel. It's all good, man. Ahmad S in the building. What's good, man? What's goody? What's goody? Two shoes. Underground Asylum. What's happening, man? What's going on, Adrian Cole? Kane, the bad guy. Wrench responsibility. Yes, sir. Have wrench responsibility, David Wester. That is important. Yours is a self-defense wrench. Just to let you know. You've got the version that is there intended to protect you. You know what I mean? From all type of harassment at the hands of other wrenches. Because you standing strong for your boy Bud. And I can respect that. However, man, Bud is just, dog, it's like almost like future telling, dog. It's almost like being able to tell the future with Bud. Cause I know that I told y'all Manny Pacquiao ain't fighting Bud Crawford. That shit is off the damn table because he is not fighting this year. And he may only have 1 or 2 more fights, which you know what that means? He ain't looking for no unification. He's not looking for undisputed. He's either going to fight Errol Spence or Manny Pacquiao or Terence Crawford, not both, but most likely, dude, he's going to fight Mikey Garcia and then a tomato can of some variety. The highest money tomato can that money can look. The lowest price tomato can, respectable tomato can that he can fight to end his career on. Like an Andre Berto or something. He might come back, just fight him real quick. Reggie McMillan said Russell called him Scarecrow from the Wizard of Oz, dog. Yeah, he called him a lot of stuff, man. Look, man, we got 150 people in the building, man. Let's get the likes over 100. Hit the like button as you come on in. Man, Southern T Boxing, man. Shout out to you, dog. I saw you on Twitter yesterday, man. I thank you for the compliment. I forgot to hit the thumbs. I forgot to hit the heart on your message, man. But thank you very much, dude. And I hope you did. Rolling on up. Getting ready for Fannon, dog. I love that tweet, dude. Thank you very much, man. If he fight Mikey Garcia, I'm happy with it. Yeah, that's probably what he's going to do. That makes sense. It's a respectable fight. Those guys are the same. They're the same size fighter. It's a legitimate challenge. Mikey Garcia versus Manny Pacquiao is a good fight for Manny Pacquiao, especially since he already said that he's going to retire, or at least that's what Freddie Roach said. And we both know, we all should know that that's pretty much the case. That he's not too far off of retirement. And the fight with Ennis respectable. Great career, man. Very, very great career. Adrian Cole said Crawford might as well fight Gary Russell Jr. because Top Rank Plantation ain't about to let Crawford mess up their money. Nah, man. Who in the world? Hey, thanks, man. Thank you, Southern T Boxing. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. But we all still learning, man. We all still learning. Dark Truth said Errol should get a crack at that vacant WBA title then. Oh, that is probably going to be, I would suspect that if Manny Pacquiao retired, right? Fuck, I missed my mouth. Drinking water, dog. Crazy. Man, I miss my mouth. That shit is crazy. Anyway, I think it's going to be, that the WBA title would probably be something more like an Ugas or Thurman. Like an Ugas or Thurman would fight for that belt. Unless, of course, Golden Boy is able to pull off a fucking some crazy shit and get like Virgil Ortiz or somebody in the position to fight for that title. That's possible, man. Eclectic Agitator said, yes, sir, I'm still learning. Shout out to Neely Fuller Jr. all day, man. Justin State to get my cash. Much love in that super chat. Bud versus Tyrone. Who gives a fuck? Damn, he said you better call Tyrone. I mean, but look, man, offering $1.5 million is not a good look, like, for Kell Brook, man. like, man, you treating you paying Kell Brook. You offered Kell Brook $3.5 million less than Amir Khan. Why? I mean, like, Amir Khan is not some big major star in the United States. He's not some big major star. He's not, dude, he's washed. He's washed. So why would you give $7 million? He's more washed. Why would you pay $5 million? And this is Bob Arum. $5 million to a more washed up fighter and 1.5 to the guy that has never been knocked unconscious, right? never been knocked out unconscious, and is a very solid fighter. Said Enzo, is the 1.5 million offer for Kell Brook legitimate? No, it is not legitimate. No, it is not. It is ridiculous. Is what I think it is. I think that it is ridiculous. And at the very best, it's a starting point for a negotiation. That's what Teofimo Lopez. At this point, Teofimo Lopez is getting more money to fight Vasily Lomachenko than Kell Brook. And Teofimo Lopez is not a bigger star than Kell Brook. He's a prospect. I mean, he's not a prospect because now he got a championship, but no, man. You don't want the fight. That looks like, just say, do you think, how does $1 million stand for him? I mean, like, how would you think $1 million sounds? Right? You'd be like, $1 million is bare minimum, dude. Like, if you said he offered Kell Brook like $900,000 or $1 million, Kell Brook would laugh at that. He would be like, man, get out of here. $1 million, man, no. Right? Let me see something. What did Billy Joe Saunders get for fighting Canelo? You know what I mean? For what did they offer him? I don't remember. But somebody was complaining about how much they offered him. But dude, it wasn't nothing like, it was like he was getting paid $5 million for Canelo or something. I mean, like $7 million for Canelo, and you wanted more than that. That is the best purse fighting the pound for pound number one fight. Oh, excuse me. That is the best purse fighting the number one pound for pound. The pound for pound number one fighter gets you. Exactly. Why would he take a risk like that? Like he's gonna cash his career in, take a chance to cash his career in for $1.5 million. He'd be better off trying to get a fight with Amir Khan. You know what I mean? Like, and Amir Khan won't fight him. But come on, man. Who's it? Dude, he could probably get that for Josh Taylor, man. Though Josh Taylor probably wouldn't fight him. But, hey, Josh Taylor, move up to 147 pounds. I'll fight you to catch weight. He might get 100. He might get 1.5 million for a Josh Taylor fight in the UK. Right? Wouldn't he? If Josh Taylor moved up? So why would he take a chance for something like that, man? They've got other dudes in the UK. I mean, he might as well move up. He can move up to Kell Brook can move up to 160 and fucking fight Eubank or some shit and get $1.5 million. You know what I mean? Like, hey, but Eubank, come meet me at 160 pounds, and we can fight. Dude, he'd get more than $1.5 million for that, man. So why would Kell Brook do that, dude? You know what I mean? Let me see something, man. How much did Kell Brook get for that? Let me see something. Oh, they was making small money back in 2014. Oh, because Kell Brook wasn't the champion. Kell Brook was fighting that. Let me see what Kell Brook got for Errol Spence. Because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not bad if he ain't making no money. Brook, Errol Spence, purse. Purses and payouts. Let's see what Kell Brook usually makes. $12 million net worth. Purse payouts. 3.5 for Gennady Golovkin. Dude, he got 1.5 million for Mark DeLuca. He got 1.5 million for Michael Zarafa. He got 1.5 million for Sergey Rabchenko. He got 3 million for Errol Spence. He got 3.5 for Gennady Golovkin. He got $1 million due for Frankie Gavin. He got $1 million for Kevin Bizier. He got 1.5 for Mark DeLuca. Dog, he got 1.5 million for Mark DeLuca in his last fight. But you're going to offer him 1.5 million for Kell Brook? You're giving him the same money he got for Mark DeLuca? Tunnel vision. I'm just going off the purses. I'm not talking about like the pay-per-view cuts and all that. All I'm doing is the purses. It said, and then he had that there's something in here for pay-per-view splits. So, for example, Carson Jones, he got 200,000, but he got 50% share of the pay-per-view split. Eddie Hearn came up and signed a lot of fighters operating off of the same mechanism that Al Heyman did. He's giving people percentage of the purses. So 60% of the Mark DeLuca, 1.5 and 60%. Mike Zarafa got 1.5 and 60% of pay-per-view. Dude, why would he get on American TV with no pay-per-view and fight for the same amount of money that he got on pay-per-view fighting Mark DeLuca? Dog, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense whatsoever. If it is true that they offered that money, if they offered that much money to him, dude, that's a joke. Okay? That's what that is. That's a joke, man. No doubt about it. Who in the world? Why in the world would he do that? That's motherfucking nanas. That's motherfucking nanas. Okay? Bananas. I don't think he wants, they're not trying to make that fight. Not with no $1.5 million offer, dude. What's going on, Mr. Pedraza? Hey, man, look, we got 300 people in the building, 159 likes, man. Hit the likes up, man. 187 boxes saying, you clown me for saying, you talking to me? 187, you clown me for saying Bud ain't fought good enough competition to be considered pound for pound, and now you're on board? No, I'm not on board with that shit at all. What I said is not based on his past competition. It's based on his refusal to fight it now. No, I called him pound for pound number one because of what he did in the past at 135, 140, right? And what we're talking about right now is what he's doing at 130, at 147. And the only reason that I'm having an issue with him because he was my number one pound for pound as of yesterday. Because he's a champion at 135 and he's a champion at 140 and he's a champion at 147. There's no problem. There's no problem with that. However, now we're going on 2 years of you not fighting anybody, dog. That's inactivity. You're in the ring and you're inactive. Okay? Like if he now, so for example, if like with Floyd Mayweather, when Floyd Mayweather get the likes up, man. Let me take a pause before I go into this, dog, because you don't act like shit ain't changed, dog. You might as well tell me, man, come on, man, let's get the likes over 300, man. We got 332 people here. So look, man, I thought Roy Jones Jr. was the number one pound for pound fighter until he got knocked out. I thought And I thought Andre Ward was the #1 pound-for-pound fighter until he stopped fighting. And when he stopped fighting, and I knew I'm not going to see another fight, I'm like, okay, now Canelo Alvarez is the #1 pound-for-pound guy. Then he tested positive. So I'm like, now he's not the #1 pound-for-pound guy. It's Terence Crawford. But now Terence Crawford is doing the same thing that Andre Ward is doing, except for Andre Ward is just not fighting anybody because he's retired. But Terence Crawford has spent 2 years not fighting anybody. 817. Yeah, I know. I see you. Much love in the 8. It's all good. But you know, sometimes I'll go with you. I'll go with you. Bud ain't beating nobody at 135 or 140 either. Yeah, he did. Sure he did. He beat everybody at 140. Who was he supposed to fight at 140? That's an excuse at 140 when he was there because 140 wasn't stacked. He fought everybody with a belt. He fought Julius Ndungo. It ain't my fault. Like, who did Julius Ndungo get his belts off of? Think about it. He got his belts off of 2 guys you ain't never heard of. He's got his belts off of those guys that Julius Ndungo beat, got the belts off people you never heard of. Okay? It's not like Julius Ndungo went and knocked out Keith Thurman and then went and beat Sean Porter and now he's the welterweight champion and Bud beats him, Bud beats Errol, and now they're unified. That's not what it was. Okay? That's not what it was. He beat the best people that there were at 140. When Adrian Bronner left 135, after that, he was the best, never to be seen around here again, I suspect, Mr. Shelton. Never to be seen around here again, I suspect. But for no good reason, because it's all love. But dog, I don't know why people think I'm just so fucking easy. I don't get it, man. Dude, I'm not easy. And if you do it, if the shit would happen with me, I just would have been holding my tongue out of just trying to be polite, man. But that would have been it. It would have been very ugly. In front of a lot more people. So, nah. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Anyway, I thought Trinidad was the #1 fighter. Hey, you know what happens? But look, man, it is what it is. If I'm wrong, I'll say that I'm wrong, dog. If I'm wrong, I will say that I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Hey, man, come on, let's get the likes up. I would love to have a 600 like day, man. We got 363 people, man. Let's get the hits, hit the likes, man. We almost got 370 people, man. Don't do me wrong. You know, I don't ask super chats ain't necessary. They're appreciated, not necessary. But a thumbs up, come on, man. Just thumb it up or thumb it down. Either way you're going to do it, do something, okay? Do it one way or the other, do something. I would appreciate it, dog, because it lets people know what the deal is. Pac-Man is going for Mikey Garcia. Of course he is. He's smart. He is absolutely going to, man. Oh, Fannon, Mr. Shelton said, Fannon, it's a fake me running around YouTube. He's been in the comment sections of your videos as well. Yeah, I'm looking at my actual screen right now, Mr. Shelton, so I'll see you. You got a blue. I can see everybody's blue, everybody's wrench, man. You got that uncle vibe, calm and collected. Who is that? Me? I am not. I am absolutely positively not calm and collected. I'm not. I wish I could be, dude. It'd be a lot. Life would be easier. Why hasn't Crawford ever fought Adrian Bronner at 135 or 140? Because Adrian Bronner got to 135, didn't stay at 140, but a second and popped up to 147 and got beat. That's why. I mean, the reason that Crawford ain't fought Adrian Bronner is Adrian Bronner. You know what I mean? What's going on, Harold? How you feeling, man? Fannon player. He just played point. Fannon player. He just played. I'm a player. He just played Poindexter sometime. I mean, dog, I'm just a Poindexter that happens to get some coochie, dog. That's all that is. I am what I am, dog. You know what I mean? Anyway, how old is that cup, Fannon? Old as shit. I don't know. Long ass time. It's not mine, though. Strength, motivation, independence, care, and function. It's a very old cup. Very old cup. But it still works, dog. Oh, so, now Terence Crawford. Let's get it going. We got 380 people in the building. Come on, man. Let's get the likes over 300. All right, here you go. Terence Crawford said that the reason he's getting all this heat is generous. Fannon, stop begging for super chats and likes. I am going to ask for my likes, dog, or my dislikes. It is what it is. I'm asking. If you don't want to give it, you don't want to give it. Okay, it is what it is. Jay Everything said if Bud moved to the UK, he could be a star. They love fights you know the outcome of. Yeah, pretty much, Jay Everything. Much love that super chat. General Squirrel said, nah, stop begging for super chats and likes. Never beg for a super chat, dog. Never have done that. But please like me. Please like the video. That would be awesome. You know what I mean? It makes it worth. It makes you feel like showing up on time for your live stream is a valuable thing. Okay? You know what I mean? Kind of like you look at YouTube and say, hey, I want to watch boxing. I want to talk boxing. I want to tell somebody in the chat, right? What I think about boxing. Because there is that part of it. You know what I mean? Thank you, Mel Brazil. There is that part of it. People like to feel liked. You know what I mean? So you like to get in there and be heard in the comment section. So I make sure I get here on time, talk until, and let you go back and forth in the comment section, right? You enjoy that. You enjoy talking shit about me, obviously, because you watch the video, even if you don't like me. So what's wrong with a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Either way it goes, man. You know what I mean? Anyway, so Bud Crawford blames fans for being top rank haters. They're just top rank haters. So now we're top rank haters. I told you what BFTB called him that. I didn't call him that. Okay? I want it to be known that the nickname Top Rank Toby is not something that I created, nor is it something that I would adopt. But when I heard it, I was like, it means top rank. You are top rank, which is just what I've been saying. Now that's the conclusion that I have come to, that you are lockstep with top rank. It's not some situation where top rank doesn't want to give you the fight and you really want the fight, but top rank's being difficult. No, top rank is being difficult and you're being difficult. Top rank doesn't want the Mikey Garcia fight and you don't want the Mikey Garcia fight. Top rank doesn't want the Keith Thurman fight and you don't want the Keith Thurman fight. Top rank doesn't want the Gary Russell Jr. fight, nor do you want the Gary Russell Jr. fight, because they keep saying that they don't want the fight, one reason or another. And you keep saying, for one reason or the other, that you don't want the fight. Keith Thurman says, Bob Arum says, Keith Thurman wants too much money. Okay, so did he make a counteroffer to Keith Thurman? Did he say we're in talks? Because like Kell Brook and you guys are in talks. In talks. That's when I hear, right? We're in talks. Now, when they said we're in talks with Kell Brook, we come to understand that it's in talks with an offer of 1.5 million, right? Which sounds to me like you are kind of lowballing. Nah, man, I got you. Justin State to get my cash. Said Bud versus Tony Harrison at 154. Who wins and how? Tony Harrison by unanimous decision. Tony Harris by unanimous decision. It's too small. His arms too short to box with God. And Bud ain't Jermell Charlo. As far as his power, he ain't Jermell Charlo. If Tony Harrison can find his way through a fight with Jermell Charlo, he's gonna find a way through Bud Crawford. But by unanimous decision, because he's not a big puncher. But I do not see Bud knocking him out. But that's his only chance. But that might be a reason for Bud to take the fight, because he sees that vulnerability in him. So that might be a reason for him to take the fight, though, and make it a more makeable fight. But I don't have any doubt. I don't have any reason to believe. I won't say I don't have any doubt. I don't have any reason to believe that it's going to be anything different at 135 pounds. I mean, 154 pounds. I don't think it's going to be anything different. If it's not somebody that Bud knows he can beat, Top Rank is not going to want to make the fight, and Bud's not going to want to make the fight. So if Bud won't fight Keith Thurman, why in the world would Bud fight Tony Harrison? You know what I mean? Tony Harrison's not a champion, right? He's not a champion. He's been knocked out twice, because I think he got knocked. Didn't he get knocked out by Jarrett Hurd? I think he got knocked out by Jarrett Hurd. Somebody knocked him out besides Jermell Charlo. So why would Bud ever fight him? That's a fight that's not going to take place, man. Hey, man, we got 415 people in the building, man. 300 likes. Please hit the like button, man. I don't do one. Let me see. Adrian Cole. I don't know 147. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Let me get to the super chat. I got to keep switching between these two things because it's really not that easy to see everything. As easy to see and do this. Quest says Crawford versus Jaron Ennis bums. Oh, versus Jaron Ennis bums giving him comp. What? Crawford versus Jaron Ennis? It's another fight that's not going to happen. Jaron versus Ennis bums giving him competition. I don't know really, Quest, how to answer that question because I don't think I understand it. But if you could clarify and I see it, I'll respond to it. But let me try my best to answer it. If you're saying Jaron Ennis versus Terence Crawford, I don't know. Because Jaron Ennis would be the hardest fight he ever had. That's definitely a level above. In difficulty, a level above anything Bud's fought. That's what I think. However, I don't know enough about a Jaron Ennis to say that Jaron Ennis doesn't have some weakness that hasn't shown up yet. Because kind of like Marcus Brown. You know what I mean? I would have taken Marcus Brown over Jean Pascal. But you know, who would have known that you could hit Marcus Brown with the same shot 4 or 5 times? You know what I mean? And he wouldn't make an adjustment. You know? So it's there. I mean, both Jaron Ennis and Virgil Ortiz have a degree of there's a degree of uncertainty there. You know what I mean? Bud ain't scared of boots, man. I don't know. But Bud is just moving, dude. Here, man. It's just a Tim Bradley type of thing, man. It's looking like a Tim Bradley type of thing. Jupiter B said, has Marcus Brown fought since? He definitely didn't make any adjustment. Open for the same shot. Yeah, no, I don't think he has fought again. I don't think so. I don't remember him having fought since then, man. I don't think so. How do you feel about Dubois calling out White? I like it. I like it. I would like to see that fight. Love to see. I would not mind at all see Dillian White get knocked out 2 times in a row. Bring me joy. Okay? Would bring me joy. Love to see it. Because Daniel Dubois has a chance to honestly be the best heavyweight in the world. Honestly be. He's in a very good position. Very good position. He's a young man with a lot of talent in a division that is getting a lot of light right now, but all of the top fighters are older. So when they leave, I mean, it's not completely, but it's, you know what I mean? It looks like it could be green pastures for Daniel Dubois. You know what I mean? It looks like it could be green pastures. So provided they don't do him like Deontay Wilder and some golden boy pops up that they think that they could sell better and they just freeze his ass, you know, like that. You know, I would love to see it, man. Money Brown TV, what's good? He said, I agree, Fannon. A lot of talent and a lot of power. Yeah, man. Daniel Dubois got a lot of talent. He's sitting in a very, very good position. Very good position. You know, like that's one of the best things UK boxing has going for him because he's technically sound. He's a very strong. He's a big guy. You know what I mean? He's coming up in an era where there are 3 top heavyweights, 3 good heavyweights. So the fact that he's around the 3 very good heavyweights, it might lead him to compete at a higher level than he would if, you know, it wasn't already like that. But, you know, but pump your brakes on the kid to a certain extent. You know what I mean? John, not you, but I'm saying like the marketing of him. Pump your brakes until you see, because he's one of them big dudes too, man. He might get touched up. That chin is suspect on them dudes, man. That chin is suspect up there, man. John Page said, I'd rather see Gary Russell Jr. than Josecito Lopez. Fight Josecito Lopez, a C-class fighter. He's a gatekeeper for a prospect fighter, and Gary Russell Jr. act like Bud, scared to look. Yeah, man, I would definitely rather have Gary Russell Jr. than Josecito Lopez. But I think it's much more realistic that you should expect something like Josecito Lopez right now. You're gonna look for the bluff. Look for the bluff. Because that's kind of what those fights are. They're just bluffs. Like, it's a good name. Like, you have everything around it. Like, that's because it looks like it'd be a good fight, but it's really not. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like Josecito Lopez gave a real good fight to Keith Thurman. And so, therefore, you know, he's definitely one of the top welterweights. Nah. He fought a guy, if you look under the hood, you see that he fought a guy that was 2 years, that was off for 2 years. He got dropped, right? And what? He landed a body shot and knocked down, didn't he knock down Keith Thurman? And Manny Pacquiao then knocked him down with a body shot. Just seems to me that Keith Thurman is just not all the way in shape. You know what I mean? He took 2 years off and got soft. And Josecito Lopez looked better against him than he would have 2 years ago. You know what I mean? And then Josecito Lopez also is coming off of another fight, which was a trash-ass fight, where he beat John Molina. You know what I mean? And John Molina is just done. You know what I mean? Done. So you have 2 fights where Josecito Lopez looks good, but both other fights for Josecito Lopez are like, come on, man, John Molina fighting at welterweight. Wasn't John Molina at some point in time like a lightweight, 140-pound fighter or something? You know? So, nah, man, I'm not It's like that's a smoke and mirrors fight, man. That's Amir Khan. That's another version of Amir Khan, man. You know what I mean? It's another version of it's Amir Khan fight, except for not as bad as the Amir Khan fight. Is he? And did Josecito Lopez start at welter? Well, I'm not going to get into that. That right there is not necessary. Said he no. Big Doe said no. He hurt him with the body shot. I thought if he didn't knock him down, I know he hurt him with a body shot. I'm just thinking. I didn't know if did he get knocked down. Black Samurai is that he said yeah he was knocked down. If I can recall correctly, he was knocked down. Javon Freeman said Crawford just don't want to fight anybody but bums. I think he wants to fight Errol Spence Jr. I just think he wants to do all of that. I think he wants to do all of that when the money is right. He wants to be in a win-win situation, or Top Rank wants to be in a win-win situation. But to me, it's obvious that like Bud's team listens to these type of videos. Like I can't say if he listens to mine or not, but I know they hear Trill boxing talk. Well, I know they hear like Blue Blood because Trill's not doing boxing right now, or I don't know when they're going to go back to doing boxing. But we know because they listen to Trill that they listen to the LDBC. Put it that way. So this is an echo that is going through boxing right now. I'm not the only one pointing out Bud ain't fighting nobody. So it's something that they're responding to, and I find it interesting that they like try to react to or respond to the comments that are coming out, right? Dameon, hey, dog, you've been going on this for a minute, man. He said Leo is in trouble. Lullaby, yeah, he's selling himself, man. That's what it looks like to me. Javon Freeman said, "What about Ugas for Bud? I'd take it any day." Absolutely. Oh, it said Damon wants to say, yeah. Dude said Blue Blood's name. That's with Crawford's team. Yeah. They watch it. What's going on, Josh Harris? They watch this stuff. So, but trying to respond to it with it's the fans' fault. The fans just hate Top Rank. Nah, man. First of all, what fans are you talking about? You talking about the fans that are criticizing you are just hating Top Rank. Well, what about the people that in Top Rank that criticize you for the same thing? Okay, get rid of that Quis, he dropped him with a shot to the head. That wasn't a body shot. That was a left hook to the head. Let's evaluate what people were saying about you when people in the LDBC were supporting you. There's nothing we're saying now that people at ESPN weren't saying about you. We're not saying anything different than what the Boxing Writers of America told you when they didn't give you Fighter of the Year for undisputed at 140 pounds. When they gave it to Lomachenko for fighting one guy in his own weight, one guy in his weight class, Jason Sosa. So when they didn't give that to you because they said to your face, or at least to Bomac's face, when the Boxing Writers Association of America told you guys that you didn't get they didn't vote for you for Fighter of the Year or undisputed because of the level of your competition, and they gave it to Vasily Lomachenko, were they anti-Top Rank? Were they anti-Top Rank when they said the same thing? You got Steve Kim of ESPN on Twitter forwarded a tweet where somebody talked about Bud fighting bums. Steve Kim said this, and I want you to think about it carefully, because Steve Kim is somebody that chooses his words very carefully because he's paid for his words. That's what he does. He picks his words carefully. So when he says, do you seriously think Bud Crawford is avoiding top welterweights? That's the question he asked, right? Notice what he didn't say. He didn't say it's ridiculous that people think Bud Crawford fights top welterweights, nor rather did he say, I think Bud Crawford fights top welterweights. He wants to fight with Keith Thurman. He wants to fight with Shawn Porter. He wants to fight da-da-da. This is the same guy, Steve Kim, who has Monster Inoue ahead of you for the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. I don't have Monster Inoue ahead of you. Steve Kim has him ahead of you. But Steve Kim didn't support you. He just asked if the guy really thought what he said. And the guy could say yes or no to the question. He didn't say, oh, you're ridiculous. He gave the most half-fucking-hearted support tweet that he has ever given. Okay? This is a guy that will be subscribe to this troll. He is a great guy. Love his point of view. With you, it's, do you really think that putting the onus on somebody else? Look, obviously the guy thinks it. Obviously the guy thinks it because he wrote it. He's just out there trying to shit on it because he has to. ESPN top, those are ESPN fights. He's not trying, he just had to put some shit out there for ESPN because ESPN is the one that airs the fights. But he didn't support Terence Crawford. He didn't come out like you know he would and say Shawn Porter turned down the fight. Errol Spence Jr. turned down the fight. Gary Russell Jr. turned down the fight. Ugas turned down the fight. You know why he didn't do that? Because he can't say it. It was the most weak, half-hearted, like, force me to do it type of shit I have ever heard Steve Kim do. He don't support you. He didn't vote for you for Fighter of the Year. He didn't vote for you for #1 pound for pound. And I doubt he voted for you for #2. He got a guy with 13 fights ahead of you. And he's got a guy, Monster Inoue, that ain't done shit. And ain't half the fighters you are. Got you ranked ahead of him. So #1, he shits on you every fucking day. Every time he says Monster Inoue is the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world. Monster Inoue wasn't even fucking signed with Top Rank when he said that shit. But eventually he signed with him. Got Vasily over you too. Got Vasily over you too. ESPN's #1 writer. And why do you think he has them that way? Lack of competition. Lack of competition. Lack of competition. That's what they say about you. So if ESPN, if writers dead loyal to ESPN say that about you and have been saying that about you for a couple years, miraculously change their tune when you get to 147, but yet still have Monster Inoue. Let me ask you a question. Has Monster Inoue ever been undisputed? Somebody answer that question for me while I check to see how far behind we are on these likes. Man, come on. We almost got 500 people in here, man. Can we get to 500 likes? Man, come on, man. Let's get the likes up. At least get him over 400, man. I know that ain't too hard. We can make it happen. Crawford, so you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? But we the bad guy. You don't say jack shit about them. I never heard Terence Crawford say half of a bad word about Steve Kim or Teddy Atlas, who looked him dead in his face and said and shit on him and Andre Ward right on ESPN. Right on ESPN. Who was doing videos about that shit? Can somebody refresh my memory? Who were the fans hating on Top Rank when they jumped up in your defense? When Tony Atlas said in your face that neither you nor Andre Ward were the number one fighters in the world? Did you? No. Were we hating on you when we said, oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. You don't fuck with us because we were hating on Top Rank when they were hating on you. And you don't agree. You didn't agree. You really don't think you were number one pound for pound. And you don't really think that you should have got Fighter of the Year. Because we only said that stuff because we are Top Rank haters. It's funny, man. It's funny with some people how everything is good when you're supporting them. But the second that they ask you for something, you got a fucking issue. Right? Ever notice people like that, dog? Love you when you're doing things for them. But when you ask them for something, then it's a shitstorm. All good and everything is good and it's love when we trying to get you, when we trying to work to get to make you sure, to get you a shot at the Julius Indungo fight, right? When people are sending, I didn't do the shit, but other people did. Call some of the same people that are criticizing you now. Did you make any video and say, leave the IBF alone? Leave the IBF alone. Do not try to pressure the IBF to get me this fight with Julius Indungo. Because the IBF is real big on mandatories. I don't know if you've noticed this, but the IBF will strip your ass if you do not defend your belt. Won't they? Won't they? So the IBF had Julius Indungo had a mandatory named Sergey Lipinets. A mandatory. This man was going to get the shot. And people in the LDBC, a bunch of people that Bud Crawford is now shitting on, called the IBF, called Daryl Peoples, and said, please make an exception to push this Bud fight. Because that's more important than the mandatory. The IBF bent for whatever reason, but charged you money for it. Didn't they? Didn't they charge you money? They didn't say, oh no, it's okay. We're not fucking around. We're not fucking around. Fuck you, Sergey Lipinets. You're now the champion in recess. They didn't pull any type of cornball fucking move to say fuck Sergey Lipinets, who, by the way, got his shot. Got his shot. I do believe in the next fight. When you drop the belt right the fuck away. Never even fucking defended it. The IBF made an exception to let you fight for undisputed, and then you never even defended the fucking belt. It was a one fight for maybe 30 fucking minutes. You were the IBF champion. And then said, I have to drop this belt and go on about my merry fucking way. Sergey Lipinets eventually got that fight. But the IBF made an exception. You don't think fans asking the IBF to make an exception and pushing them had anything to do with it? I don't remember hearing you. I don't remember anybody from their camp telling people not to do it. Not to do it. So now you can sit back and say all cocky shit, all cocky style, like I never asked you to do that. No, you didn't. You didn't ask me to. So why the fuck are you asking us not to criticize you now? If you didn't ask me to help you and we helped you because you didn't need it, then don't ask me to stop criticizing you now because you don't need it. It don't matter, right? If we mud your fucking name to death all over your boxing community, it don't matter if we do 50 videos a day and make the constant conversation over the internet about who you're not fighting. If it didn't matter that we helped you with the IBF or that we thought we helped you with the IBF, then it shouldn't matter if we're shitting on you now, right? Because we don't matter. Fans don't matter. Fans are going to support you no matter what you do. No, fans are not going to support you no matter what you do. That's not how it works. You get up to a point, people are going to be like, fuck you. That's what they're going to do. If they, unless you're their children, if you ain't their kids, or maybe their favorite grandmama. DePreachman Isaac, Barbershop did that one, was the one with that did. Barbershop is the one that did what? Dude, everybody called them. You kidding me? Barbershop, I respect barbershop conversations, but barbershop conversations ain't the only one to push that IBF thing. 78 Sports TV was pushing that. Blood Boxing was making videos like every fucking day about that shit. I was making videos about that. Everybody was pushing on that, dude. Everybody was pushing on that. But if he don't want it, he don't want it. Everybody did. Everybody did. Everybody did. Everybody that was asked to do it did, and many people didn't do, that weren't asked did. Many people who are in LDBC did, and many people that don't even fuck with the LDBC did. Because people in the community were talking to each other. You know, it's possible for more than one person to have the same idea at the same time. There's a bunch of people that thought that. It ain't just, that's how that works. There's a bunch of people that think things. It's not one, it's not just, so that's why you got to be, that's why you should worry about it. That's why you should worry about it. Don't think that because, say, for example, Blue Blood is the one pushing on some shit, that Blue Blood is the one that is making people think that. No, it's quite the opposite. When you're dealing with people who are in the media type situations, they're going to run with what people are saying. The reason why people are getting views, the reason why people are getting, that people are talking about it and motivated to talk about it is because fans are talking about it. I've got thousands of fans thousands of, not my fans, because I don't have fans. You have fans, bud. I don't have fans. I am a fan. I talk to boxing fans, and trust me, there are thousands of them that think this way. That's why we get thousands of likes, thousands of views, and we do this shit every day. We know who the people are. We can give you geographic breakdowns of your thumbs down. In Texas, you're dying. For example, I can tell you where you get the most heat from. The whole fucking state of Texas. The whole state of Texas. The whole state of Texas. Do you know how many major metropolitan areas, black major and metropolitan areas are in Texas? Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin. It's a huge fucking state. It's like a fucking country. And they got boxers here that's hot right now. And the whole state sees you acting like that. That's where you're getting your sweat from. You're not getting sweat from cats down in Florida. Too much. You're not getting a lot of sweat from cats out east. You're getting massacred in Houston, in Texas. Massacred. Because you jumped out there acting like you were the shit. Like everybody was ducking you. And then you ducked everybody. Come on, man. Pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention. Pay attention. You think that it's not, dude, I love, much respect to everybody in the LDBC. But it is a boxing community. It's a community of people. Dude, if your shits ain't popping, motherfuckers ain't showing up. This is a meritorious shit right here, man. If you talking shit that people think is bullshit, they're not showing up. If you're talking shit that people think is real, they're gonna be there. It's a gauge, period. So I'm telling you, man, I'm telling y'all, Bud, you are fucking up huge. You are fucking up Anthony Joshua huge. By saying the things that you're saying, about Gary Russell Jr., about Keith Thurman, about Sean Porter, about Ray Robinson, about everybody other than Errol Spence Jr. and Manny Pacquiao, the fact that you won't let any of these other guys get a shot at a belt, how do you think you're doing in your fan base, man? Gary Russell Jr. is DC. You got a whole bunch of niggas in DC calling you straight coochie. You got whole state of Texas calling you straight coochie. Dude, this is U.S. boxing, homie. It's what it is. Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford is U.S. boxing. It is the Midwest and the South. And bro, that shit ain't looking good. Just straight up, because you ain't fighting nobody. And for you not to fight people prevents them from getting an opportunity to beat you, which is not right. The pound for pound best fighter in the world, you have to fight somebody. It doesn't matter if you think you're better or if your fans think you're better. Now, folks all said, my wife broke out when you said coochie. I mean, you know, I don't use the P word too much. But it is what it is. Like, and I'm just telling you. Okay? I did a video today, dog, and I had to. Because I can't. Bud is Hall of Fame? Maybe. Are you kidding me? Dude, Terry Schmoot, I know you're trying to get me going. Let me get these super chats and count these dislikes. Dude, my dislikes ain't high, man. Dude, come on, can we get 500 likes, man, in the building? Much love in that super chat, dude. We got 542 in the building. Let's see if we can get the likes to 500. If Bud ain't scared, if Bud isn't scared, he might lose. Then why not fight Porter or Thurman? They know a lot of people thinking they ducking and they cool with it. Yeah. They ain't cool with it, though. They're not cool with it. They will bend. They will bend. For real. Because at a certain point in time, dude, your shit is just going to be... Dude, AJ had a nervous breakdown showing up in the fucking United States with all the shit flying around about him, man. Dog, Terence Crawford knows this. Everybody in Nebraska knows this, okay? I Am Lori Baby said Bud messed up when he re-signed with Top Rank. Hey, man, much love in that super chat. I haven't seen you before, but thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much. Man, where'd that go, man? Oh, did I go backwards for that? Much love in that super chat, man. But you know, he's playing a game. He thinks he thinks he's at that Floyd level. Or I don't know. Hey, Money Pal here? Man, you can't tell me Money Pal's in the building, dog. Yeah, great win for Money Pal, man. What's good? Text me, dude. I lost my phone. Money, I lost my phone. Otherwise, dude, I was gonna reach out to you. I was gonna reach out to you like 2 weeks ago because dude, I ain't talked to Money in a long time, and I know you. I knew you was out on your grind. So, man, that's what's up, dude. I love that thing is working out. I hope that thing is really working out for you, and it looks like it's working out for you, man. From the outside, it looks like it's working out for you, man. Thank you. And you actually, man, I'm seeing you. I see that what that dude is doing to promote Money. I like that, dog. Hey, thanks, MP. Hey, thanks, MP4. Because I'm about to say, dude, I'm like, man, where's MP4? But I know you's out there grinding, dog. I know you out there grinding. And I'm happy, man. Damn, dog. I know somebody just didn't call Bud WAP. Did y'all change his name from Bud to WAP? Don't do that. That's over the top, dog. Don't do that. Okay? Like, the top ranked Toby thing was bad enough, dog. Don't call him WAP. Don't call him WAP, dog. I can't allow that, dog. I can't allow that on the channel, dog. Because that shit would be brutal. Don't do that, dog. Don't do that, dog. Vavon TV said, you think Bud got something going on behind the scenes we don't know about because he's saying no to everybody? Yeah, the thing is he thinks he's getting over. He's trying to work hard. He's trying to work hard, not smart. Damn, dog. Woo-wee. Dog, that's horrible, dog. I did not say that, dog. Don't do that. Don't let that spread, dog. Dog, don't spread. I think, he's trying to be slick. Much love in that super chat on TV. And General Squirrel say, 540 in the building. Slap the thumbs up or the thumbs down for the Don. Do one. Thank you. I got 15 dislikes now. We getting better. 478 likes, man. Come on, we almost got 600 people in the building, man. Let's get them. Let's be positive. Easy Lewin Boxing, man. Much love in that super chat, man. Thank you. Thank you for the support, man. Thank you very much. Damn, motherfucker said WAP Crawford, dog. Damn. That is the worst. That's the motherfucking most vicious nickname I have ever heard anybody give a fighter, dog. Y'all got to get your boy to get out of that one. Because, dog, Gary Russell Jr. punching you in the jaw is one thing, dog. But having a bunch of Texas dudes calling you WAP because you won't fight a 126-pound dude, that's a little ugly. That's a little ugly. Woo, that's real ugly. What? Yeah, pretty much. He already did all the heavy lifting. He lifted it off of Kell Brooks. He lifted it off of Sean Porter. How much more heavy lifting you expect to do? And then he had to survive a motherfucking car accident. Like get this shit straight, dog. In order to fight Bud Crawford, in order to become undisputed, this is what Errol Spence Jr. had to do. This is what Errol Spence had to do to become undisputed. Listen to this. In order to become undisputed, he would have to beat Kell Brook, then Carlos Ocampo, then Mikey Garcia, then Sean Porter, then Danny Garcia, then Manny Pacquiao, then Terence Crawford. Right? That is the easiest path to undisputed. What does Crawford have to do? to be undisputed at 147. Beat Jeff Horn, Jose Benavidez, Amir Khan, Egis Kalvanakis, Fighter X, Josecito Lopez, or it don't matter. Okay? And Errol Spence. Does that seem like one guy's taking the hard route and the other guy is cruising? Doesn't it? Doesn't that seem kind of like Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury want to fight? Deontay Wilder has to fight Bermane Severn, Luis Ortiz. Who else did he fight? It was a Bermane Severn, Luis Ortiz. Tyson Fury, Luis Ortiz, Dominic Brazil, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has to fight, besides Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury has to fight Pineda, Safiri, Wallin, and Tom Schwartz. Who had to do the heavy lifting? Tyson Fury gets to sit on his ass for 2 years. Sit on his ass for 2 years. Fight Sefi Safiri, Pineda, Schwartz, Wallin, and then only people other than that to become undisputed is Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. That, my friend, is 2 tough fights for sure, but 4 easy. Deontay Wilder had to have 4 tough fights, 3 or 4 tough fights to do the same thing. That's what Bud is trying to pull off. He knows that he can make $40 million. See, he thinks, look, we can make $40 million in an Errol Spence fight. I'm just going to make $40 million before the Errol Spence Jr. fight, and then I'll make $40 million in the Errol Spence Jr. fight. I'll take 10 $4 million fights. Or maybe, what would he do? 20 million. I'll make 20 million because if he gets 5 million a fight, how much money has he made? $20 million. Didn't he? If he makes 5 million a fight, which I have a suspicion is somewhere between 3 and 5 million, but if he gets $5 million a fight, averages $5 million a fight, over 4 fights, that's 20 million. Dude, he made 20 million fighting nobody. Didn't he? He got his guarantee for Egis Kalvanakis. Let's just say 4. Let's just say 4. Woo! Much love in that super chat. He said, I swear to God, I'm going in on this today. Whap. Hey, dog, somebody call Gary Russell Jr. and let that dude know about hashtag WAP. Woo! Woo! Hey, Patrick Alexander, dude, worse than boycotting Bud is to spread hashtag WAP. There's no way Bud can't fight, dog. But there ain't no way. And I'm not going to use it. I am not going to say that. That is way over the top. I did not come up with it. I am not condoning it. However, I must say, as an innocent bystander, dog, do not let 3-4 boxers start calling you WAP with a hashtag on it. You have to fight. You have to fight. You have to fight. You have to tell Bob Arum, I don't care. I have to fight. If Gary Russell Jr. calls me WAP, nigga, we must do it. It must happen. It cannot possible. That is the absolute, man, come on, man. WAP is a song. There's a whole fucking song with WAP. And it is graphic. Dog, don't let Bub be a WAP meme, dog. Please don't let BFTB make you a WAP meme. That would be ridiculous. Don't do it, dog. Hey, you forgot Peterson versus Errol Spence Jr. Oh, yeah, and Peterson at 147. Forgive me. Much love in the super chat. And Lamont Peterson. But you won't fight Ray Robinson? But you won't fight Ray Robinson, dog. That's another level, dog. These cats is another level, man. I swear to God they are. Another level. Said Gary be clowning Bud. Yeah, man, a lot of people are clowning Bud for hours at a time. He's giving people so. BFTB said, too late, hashtag WAP. Kyrie said, Fannon, it boils down to this. Bud won't fight any of these dudes. Rob, because he's crook. Arum won't pay any of these fighters dudes. Bud's looking bad. But Bud can say something different, Kyle Reed. He can say something different. He can say something different. He can do something different, dog. He got to make it look like he wanted, dog. He's got to make it like he wants it, dog. Mem54 said BFTB is in the troll zone for real. Oh, that's vicious, dog. That's vicious, dog. That's vicious. That's vicious. Wow. Who's the guy that said WAP, dog? Dog, there are kids there's a full-fledged debates over the degeneration of our social values over the song WAP. Dude, I listened to WAP and I was shocked. The video, I was like, wow, dog. This is literally as close to porno as you can fucking get without me seeing no. That shit was ridiculous. Water shooting out and just all kind of shit. Just. Wow. No, P. Good, Ray Robinson is not expensive to fight. No, he is not. He is not. Bob Arum, you got to throw your boy a bone, man. Hey, Top Rank, throw your boy a bone, dog. Throw your boy a bone. Nighttime Lane, much love in that super chat. He said, you would have thought Bud would have looked at Mayweather and Mikey's situation with Top Rank before he resigned, right or wrong. You think he would, but dude, that's not the mentality. That's not his mentality. Mikey Garcia wants to be the best, man. You can say what you want to say about Mikey Garcia, dog. Mikey Garcia wanted to went for the motherfucking gusto. He went for the gusto. He wanted out because he was like, nah, I'm never going to be what I could be if I stay here. They built him up on an undisputed, dudes looking like a monster. They were really growing Mikey Garcia, man. Mikey Garcia was getting all that future -- pound for pound stuff, all the stuff that like Inoue and these guys are getting, even though he wasn't at #1 pound for pound. Dude, all of that stuff, dude, was going Mikey Garcia's way, man. But Mikey Garcia was like, nah, dude, it's not going to work because he's not going to ever maximize his income. So he made a smart decision because he wanted to take a chance on himself. Same thing with Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya is like, dude, I'm making all the money here. So it really wasn't even a gamble with De La Hoya. De La Hoya is just like, dude, come on, man, I don't need you anymore. You're not promoting. Like, because Bob Arum's not a promoter. He's not a promoter. I mean, in the sense that he promotes. Like, where is Bob Arum promoting? Please tell me sometime you've seen Bob Arum promote a fight. 90% of what you hear out of Bob Arum is about the relationship between him and the network. That's it. And giving his opinion about who he thinks will win a fight. But he's not out there trying to sell fighters. The networks do that. ESPN does that. Steve Kim does that. That's the media is promoting those fighters. That's what Chris Mannix, when he said that the PBC has a dysfunctional relationship with the press. From the outside looking in, what it looks like to me is that the PBC does not rely upon the press to promote their fighters, to be the promoter of the fighter. They recognize that the network are the people that are paying the bills, and the network is doing the promotion. And the way that they go about it is that most of the promotion that you see for PBC fighters, you see coming from the network. You don't hear it coming out of the mouth of Al Heyman. You don't hear it coming out of the mouth of the fighters. You hear it coming from the network. The network airing ads. The network putting people in football games, making it bumper programming, making their stuff bumper programming for football, right? The PBC knows that Fox is doing the promoting of the fight. Showtime is doing the promotion of the fight. Not Bob Arum or not Al Heyman. Al Heyman doesn't even speak. How can Al Heyman not speak but yet still have his fighters as much and more successful than Bob Arum's, who is supposed to be promoting? The difference between the two is that Bob Arum is faking like he's doing promotion, and Al Heyman isn't pretending like he's promoting. So he's not charging the fee. But the truth of the matter is, you could take all of those top-ranked fighters, move them all to the PBC, and have the PBC have the ESPN contract too. And it wouldn't change shit, because it would be the networks promoting the fighters. These guys are pretending that they're the ones really doing the promotion, except with the exception of what Eddie Hearn was doing when Eddie Hearn came to the United States. Eddie Hearn was promoting. Now, people thought he was promoting himself, but he was promoting. He was creating a buzz around DAZN. He created a buzz around Anthony Joshua. Now he fell on his fucking face because he didn't know. He walked in the room and started promoting and fucking off all kind of people, right? And pissing fan bases off. It didn't pan out for him, and he didn't really have the goods because if in my opinion, I'm gonna get to the super chats in 1 second. Because if Anthony Joshua was really the goods, the goods, these guys ain't beating him. The goods. Not like I'm confident that he can beat most of these guys, but this is going to be some tough fights here. No, I'm talking about if he was the goods, like he was a Muhammad Ali, the goods, like 1963 to 1970, the goods, ain't nobody fucking beating him. You can put everybody in here with him. Back to back to back. Nobody is close to him. If AJ was like that, really like that, and not just a good fighter that really got promoted very, very well, right? Because he did. Then, man, Eddie Hearn could have really been rolling with some shit, but Joshua's not the goods. Promoter can promote, but the fighter can't fight. But the fighter got to fight. Bob Arum ain't trying to promote, and he ain't trying to let the fighters fight. His shit's a fucking smoke and mirror show. which is what you see. People act like Navrati versus Dogbay was a real fight. As soon as you saw Isaac Dogbay stand next to Navrat, you should have known the fucking fight was over. Like, oh no, these guys ain't even remotely in the same weight class. You know what I mean? Dude, that's top rank. It's just not often. The only way you're going to get a spectacular fight out of them, if it just so happens that Top Rank has both top fighters or one of the top fighters, they're willing to cash out because there's so much money on the horizon for it that they're willing to do it. Like a Manny Pacquiao, right? Like we got Manny Pacquiao ain't had a knockout in how many years? And then they're like, okay, Manny Pacquiao's not getting knockouts anymore. These fights are starting to go to distance. You get knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez flat on your face, right? And had multiple close fights with him. Yeah, now is the time to make this Mayweather fight before somebody else knocks his ass out. So they make the fight. But they have that. That's their mindset, man. That's their mindset. Night Train Lane said, you would have thought Bud would have looked at Mayweather and Mikey's situation with Top and was like, okay, I did get that. I'm sorry. I thought that I had that super chat was still waiting. But it's not, and I appreciate your support. But this one is Black Samurai said, either Aram and Bomac giving Bud bad advice, or Bud is just bad at promoting himself. Well, I would disagree with that just a little bit. I would rephrase that. They're not giving them bad advice because there's nothing bad about saying, look, man, we're in the business to make money. We're going to guarantee you make this amount of money in these fights. And I'm going to get X amount of money out of this fight as your promoter. Okay? That's the deal. Does that make sense to you? Right? Boxing is a very funny business. You can get knocked out, right? You can lose a fight. You can get a bad call. Or Errol Spence Jr. doesn't fight you, or they refuse to fight you, right? Like, you see how hard it was for Errol to get a fight with Sean? So re-sign with the contract, and we'll work to get that fight. But you know that you're going to be set for the next several years. That's not bad advice. You know what I mean? That's not bad advice. Playing it safe isn't bad advice, because we know for sure that Bud can walk away with a lot of money, and that's his goal. But this is the thing, Black Samurai. This is why I want to phrase it correctly. You're not giving me shit as the fan. But Bud thinks the relationship is between Bud and the promoter, obviously, or Bud and the network. But here's the thing. There's the two most important people in boxing are the boxer and the fan. And let me tell you who the most important is in boxing as a business. The fan is the most important, because without a fan, you don't have a business. Right? Isn't that why they can't pay you money that they say they could pay you, because you can't get a crowd? Well, who's the crowd? The crowd is the fan. Your money is getting cut in half because the fans can't come. You're getting paid big money because the fans would be willing to come. But if the fan don't want to fuck with you, the fan still has their money, and they can go to MMA, or they can go to boxing. Or they can go to football, or they can go to a bar, or they can go to somebody's fans only page with their money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a shout out to 78. You know what I mean? Like, there's all kind of things you can do with your money. I don't have to spend my time or my money on boxing. You're the one that has to spend their time and money on boxing, because that's how you earn money. Are you going to go somewhere else and earn this money? Is there somebody else that's going to do this for you besides the fans? No. Because even the networks aren't going to fuck with you if the fans don't fuck with you. And let me tell you, they have very complex and very effective ways of gauging public opinion over the internet. Have you ever seen these thought clouds? You ever seen? I'm going to explain. You guys know what a thought cloud is? I'm going to pull up an image for a thought cloud. Or is it a thought cloud? I think it is I think it's a thought cloud. No, it's not a thought cloud. What do you call it when you get like a word cloud? Word cloud. There it is. This is a word cloud. I'm going to show you what a word cloud is. And this is very important from you boxers to understand about public opinion and how it will affect you and how the networks will analyze these things and what it says about you. And I will also explain how this had to come into play with Deontay Wilder, but in a positive way. Hate when I have to put things in different folders. Give me 1 second. No, I don't want that. I want this. I want this right yonder. Give me 1 second. I'm going to explain to you how this works. This is going to be something that is a learning type of thing. Okay? Oh, man, his last name is okay. Hold on. Be patient with me. Be patient with me. No, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but here it is. Okay. Okay, word cloud. So you see how all this, what happens to you because you think fans don't matter. Okay? I'm going to show you something and you need to understand because I know you guys are listening. Somebody in Terence Crawford's understand this, please. I'm not making it up. It's why fans are important. See that? That is a sound cloud. Now, do you see this word? It says social media, market post, content page, tweet, more, infographic. And you see I have little words here? Nature, specific. Okay? Now, if somebody wanted to know about Terence Crawford and what people think about Terence Crawford, and you run an application that searches the internet, right? And it looks for every instance. You see this? Because I'm going to tell you how this is made. It looks for every instance where your name is mentioned, where it says Terence Crawford. And they take the keywords that they hear most often and they make it big. So you see, whatever this search was, right? Say they look for Mark Zuckerberg. And they said, what are the words that people are using in association with Mark Zuckerberg? Social media. Oh, that's the first thing that comes up because you see it big. They associate Mark Zuckerberg with social media, right? And then some people say click. Other people say insight, work, little small words, profile, damages, right? But you know that the major thing that people think when they see your name, his name is social media. So ask yourself something. If somebody, say an organization of boxing fans, had 500,000 views on YouTube a day, and they all said your name and duck, trash, coward. And that's what they said more than anything else. What do you think will be the biggest word on your SoundCloud? On your word cloud? When somebody wants to say, and Fox says, well, tell me something. Or ESPN says, all right, so how much are we paying for this fight, for this contract? I don't know. What should we pay? Well, what do people think? What do people think about the people we're spending money on? What do they think about Bob Arum? Well, thief comes up a lot. You know what I mean? Okay, whatever. What about Terence Crawford? Duck. You know what I mean? And it's a bunch of bad shit. Do you think that they believe you're somebody that has a positive view? No, it's going to affect how they think about you. They're going to think people in your own demographic aren't impressed with you and have a negative viewpoint on you. It's like an opinion poll. So you think the shit people say don't matter? It matters. It matters a lot. That's why I would bet you. That's why Deontay Wilder started making as much money as he did. Because so many people were saying Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder. Every time somebody said Anthony Joshua, they said Deontay Wilder. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder. Search terms go up. People start looking at his page. Up he goes. What about you? Your numbers have dropped since people started saying Terence Crawford ain't fighting nobody, which happened right after the Jeff Horn fight. Your numbers went down and down and down. Ever since people started pushing you, you came into the welterweight division the #1 viewed guy at Top Rank. Your numbers were significantly better than Vasily Lomachenko's. And we were able to point to that fact and say, look, man, look at how many people watched him in New Orleans, of all places. When you had that really big fight with when all those people watched it. It might have been the Ndungo fight. It was the Ndungo fight. Matter of fact, I know it was the Ndungo fight. When you had that Ndungo fight, you had huge numbers on ESPN for that Ndungo fight. Your numbers have never been the same because after that Ndungo fight, that's when people started talking about Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. And the longer you fought, the more negative people's viewpoint had been about it. And as a result, your numbers have dropped. But you don't think fans matter. Let me assure you, man, they do. There's something called influencers, okay? People that will talk and other people come to listen. And and now it doesn't work like it's different than it was before. Because it used to be that the influencers were Ring Magazine, that the key influencers were Sports Illustrated and ESPN. They are not the main influencers in a niche sport like boxing. The key influencers in boxing are on YouTube. Because this is where you can see old fights. You can see people are already spending all their time on here looking for other things. People are not on Ring Magazine's website unless they're specifically looking for fucking boxing. But if a boxing fan is on YouTube looking for bicycles, right? Trying to figure out how they can put the chain on their kids' boxing on their bike, they will get fed a boxing video. Dude, the whole shit is changing. It's all changing. From print is dead. People have been saying print is dead for a long time. Well, guess what Ring Magazine was at their height? They were print. And print is by and large dead. Video is it. Social media is it. And people want to go to the Zone. Why? Because it's an app. And it's on the internet. It's the next big thing, right? But guess what? YouTube is not beta version anymore. It's not beta. It's already happened. Okay? Smartphones are not a new thing. It's already happened. People are already consuming here. And they come to boxing, they hear our voice. So please, dog, stop. Stop. And get Bob to have you fight somebody. Period. Get Bob to have you fight somebody. Joking for nine. Oh, joking for nine. Keep it real. Salute to the chat. Oh, Big Dog Willie, you know you the man. Much love in that super chat. Veron TV said Gary Russell just said on his live he would fight Crawford for that 1.5 million on his live. Exactly. I'll fight you for that 1.5. You think no, man? Fight him, man. You got 1.5. Fight him. 1.5 for Gary Russell Jr. is a good price. That's a good price for Gary Russell Jr. For a 126-pound dude, for 1.5 million, give Gary Russell Jr. 1.5, man. You're not gonna. Now let me get this right. A champion, 126-pound champion, wants to go all the way up to 147 pounds. 147 pounds is willing to take less than any other decent fighter would agree to take. If you don't fight him, dude, and just beat him up, if you can get him out, get him out. Look at him like, yeah, I told you. And then everybody eats crow. But dog, right now you got people about to make WAP videos on you, dog. And I'm telling you it's coming because I'm not the one that did it. Okay? But we do have several thousand people did pass through here, dog. Okay? At the end of it, 8,000 people are going to pass through here, man, before it's over and done. So you can believe that those WAP memes, there's going to be pictures of you standing right now. I can already see it, dog. I already know what BFTB is going to put up. I can already see it. I already know what you're doing, BFTB. I just saw it. I guarantee you I know what you're going to put up. I already know. I already know. I've seen it in my mind's eye, dog. I've seen it in my mind's eye. I know. Which logic tells me what you're going to do. And I think I'm 99% there. And let me tell you, that shit's going to be ugly. Easy Lewin Boxing TV said, Fannon, Bomac said, why not take easy fights? And there we have it. If it was not my property, I would have already had that in the meme. But it's not my property. So I'm not going to do it. That's property of Black Fight Fan TV. Shout out to Black Fight Fan TV. What's going on, Cali Enigma, in that super chat, man? Thank you, man. I got your text. I'll rap to you. BFTB said, like I said, too late. What? Oh, man. Hey, hold on 1 second, man. Hold on 1 second. I got to. Oh, no. I thought I needed to get off to do that. I know. It's right there. Yes, sir. Delano Turner said it don't make sense for Gary Russell to fight him. Then when he beat him, then he's gonna say he's picking. Delano, it's already over. We already saying he's cherry picking. It's already being said. It's already being said. For real. The only difference between that and fighting Gary Russell Jr. is that he's going to actually that the fight's going to do well. That the fight, out of curiosity's sake, will do well. Do better than Egas Kalvanakis, because Egas Kalvanakis ain't from D.C. Egas Kalvanakis ain't from D.C. His viewer pool is smaller. Gary Russell Jr. is from one of the biggest metropolitan areas in the country. But dude, he ain't gonna fight him. I know he ain't gonna fight him. But dude, what if he said he's gonna fight him for a million? You're gonna fight who? Egis Cal. How much is Egis Calvinakis' purse? Let me see this, man. I should ask KQKC. Hey, no, I'm not not KQKC. Excuse me. I should ask BFTB. BFTB. What did Egis Calvinakis make fighting Errol Spence? I said MP4 Vince said Bud has got to know those memes are permanent. Oh, dog, they permanent, dog. It's about to happen too. Much love in that super chat, money pal. Dre's Finest says salute Fannon from the DMV. Holla at your boy, you dig? Yes, sir. What's good, Dre's Finest in the house, man? Yes, sir. Jupiter B said D-Ball and Fury wasn't called WAP by brothers after they disrespect Wilder. The sport cheated and ducked their career. Not sure if he the deserving one. Well, quite honestly, WAP wasn't out at the time. Like, WAP just hit the streets. I mean, you couldn't apply it because it didn't exist. It exists now. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. Dillian White fights better competition than Terence Crawford does. So there's that. Dillian White fights better competition. And I can't fucking stand Dillian White. But Dillian White fights better competition than Bud does. By far. Like, way better competition than Bud does. Actually, it's not even close how much better his competition is than Bud. Dude, he fought Joseph Parker. He fought Derek Chisora. He fought Alexander Povetkin. He just ain't that good. And he's talking about, and he didn't want to fight Deontay Wilder, and he didn't want to fight Luis Ortiz, and he didn't want to fight Dominic Brazil, right? But he did fight AJ. He did fight Povetkin. He did fight Parker. He did fight. I don't think Dillian White is really, he's not quite WAP. It don't quite apply to him, dog. Like, I'm not going to apply it to Terence Crawford either, because I don't think that's true of him. But I'm just in all fairness, the situation doesn't apply to Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's a cheat. He ain't a coward. He's just a cheat. You know what I mean? He's a cheat. Nobody's accusing him of, nobody's saying he can't fight. Nobody's saying that he's scared or anything like that. They're just saying he cheated. That's a different thing. You know what I mean? Cheating not, and Dillian White Dillian White has turned down some fights now. But I don't know, dog. I think he has a better level of competition than Bud does, man. I really do think he does, man. Green Beans made 1.3. Now, if he's willing to fight for the same amount of money as Green Beans, if he'll take 1.5, Gary will take 1.3. Pay him what Green Beans did. You know what I mean? Give him mandatory challenger status. Dog, that is ridiculous, dude. And that's the only way that you can say it, man. That's the only way it's the only thing that can be said, dog. Horn made 1.25. Horn was a champion, though, right? But he made more money than 1.25. Benavidez made $500K. There you go. But Gary Russell Jr. don't make $500K. What's Gary Russell Jr.'s usual purse? Maybe he does. I don't know. But he's with the PBC, so it could be, you know. Oh shit, he made $1 million. Yeah, he made $1 million for his guaranteed purse against Tug is $1 million. Dude, if all that's a pay cut for Gary Russell Jr. He said, in all fairness, Dillian White is a garbage truck driver at best, worse than an Uber driver. Bum. Oh, he's definitely, but you know what I mean? Yeah, said Gary makes over $1 million on a regular, and he gets his promotional cut. So yeah, he's making good money, dude. Offer him 1.5, dog. That's fair. If he's gonna take the same money, that he usually makes to fight you, there's no excuse, man. There's no excuse. If Gary Russell Jr. takes the same amount of money that he usually makes to go up and fight Terence Crawford has no excuse. None. What's the excuse? If he is willing to fight Terence Crawford for roughly the same money that he got for fighting Tug, man, look, latched Puma skills. When was the last fight that was not a waste for Terence Crawford? Latched Puma skills. Please tell me when the last fight was that wasn't a waste. I already heard you, latched Puma. Why is it a waste for Bud? Gary Russell Jr. is not a waste for Bud. Unless you're telling me everybody he fought other than Jeff Horn is a waste. Who's the waste? Who's not a waste? The only person that's not a waste, the only people that have not been a waste for Terence Crawford have been Aegis Kalbanakis because he was a mandatory, and Jeff Horn because he won a belt. No, but Derek, only reason Jeff Horn is not a waste is because he held the belt. But other than that, he's a waste. That's it. He's the waste. Yeah, too small, so what? Everybody else is too garbage. You don't want to see somebody that's too small. You want to see somebody that's too garbage. A mismatch is a mismatch, okay? If you're going to fight mismatches, why not fight this mismatch? Because that's what you're saying. You're saying that the fight is a mismatch. If the fight is a mismatch, then he shouldn't be fighting any mismatches. Don't tell me that you don't want to fight him in this mismatch. You want to see him in another mismatch. Aegis Kalbanakis versus Terence Crawford was a mismatch. Terence Crawford versus Amir Khan is a mismatch. Terence Crawford versus Jose Benavidez is a mismatch. Terence Crawford versus Jeff Horn is a mismatch. Terence Crawford versus Garrett versus Julius Ndungo was a mismatch. He knocked out him with the first body shot that landed. It was a gross mismatch. So if you're okay with those mismatches, why do you have a problem with another mismatch? Because it's a size mismatch and not a skill mismatch? What's the difference between a size mismatch and a skills mismatch? What's more dangerous? A size mismatch or a skill mismatch? Because Gary Russell Jr. is skilled enough to know how to keep from getting killed. You might not think he's skilled enough to do that, but he is skilled enough to survive. Just like Guillermo Rigondeaux was too small for Vasily Lomachenko, but he was skilled enough to survive. Those dudes were not skilled enough. If somebody is just grossly mismatched in skill, they might not know how to survive. I don't want to hear it. A mismatch is a mismatch is a mismatch. And you guys are just so who the mismatch? Who's going to be the mismatch? When he won his first title at 135, I don't know what that is about. I jumped in the middle of that conversation. Please call Bud out. Please, Bud, call out these PBC fighters, and please, Bud called out all these PBC fighters and ducked them. Oh, dude, Tim Bradley jumped his happy ass. Tim Bradley jumped his happy ass on ESPN. On ESPN. And said, everybody in the PBC is scared of Bud Crawford. Everybody in the PBC is scared of Bud Crawford. Everybody in the PBC is scared of Bud Crawford. And went bananas on that shit. What? You know what I mean? They did that shit. That's his homeboy saying that. And then all of a sudden, people in PBC say they want to fight him. And he got a date. You know what I'm saying? And he already got plans. Dog, I don't want to hear that, man. No. Anthony Robinson said, basketball, football, doing a thing. They not scared to see who's going to win a championship. With Bud is scared to lose a zero. Dude, I think he don't want to lose that payday, man. And he's like, here's the thing. I'll just go off what he's saying and trust what he's saying is real. What he said was, they don't offer me anything. Well, obviously that's not true. It's not true that they don't offer anything. They clearly offer something. What he's saying is that they're not offering me anything more than I can get somewhere else. So I'm not going to make any more money fighting Gary Russell Jr., right? Or I'm not going to make any. No, is that rare? He said that it's not enough to get him to do those things because he values the guarantee more than he does the potential on the back end, which is not a motherfucking unreal. That's not a bad way to look at things. You know, because like if I was negotiating, when I negotiate with people and I advise people, I'll tell them, dude, like, look, your front end is very important. Like, because you never know what's going to happen on the back end. But the front end is very important. So if you can take care of all your business, like if you can get paid more money in salary than you do in bonus, then that's a better deal for you because there's less risk for you and more risk for the company that you work for, right? So if Bud says, I get a guarantee and I know that's what I'm going to get, that's less risk for him, right? And more risk on Top Rank. So Top Rank will say, okay, but if I make a lot more than this, then I'm going to reap the benefits. But you're going to get your guarantee. So that's not bad advice. It's really not. However, that's not my problem. And that's not your problem. We are the boxing fan. We're in a different negotiation with Bud than Bob Arum is. Our negotiation is this. Bud, I want to pay you some money. But I need to see you fight somebody that I want to see you fight. So I'm willing to pay this money if I get to see what I want. So I can only judge my relationship or my satisfaction with Bud as a fan based on what he gives me, not on what risk he's taken vis-a-vis Bob Arum or the other fighter. And at this point in time, he's just not giving, he's not giving me as a boxing fan any value several years. It's been 2 years since I was excited for a Bud Crawford fight. Moro Ma said boycott boxing. I mean, you know, I'm not going to boycott boxing. Much love in that super chat. Much love in that super chat. I'm not going to boycott boxing. What I'm going to do is just move over. I'm just going to move over and watch somebody I want to fight. I'm going to watch fights I want to see. There is Teofimo Lopez. Bob Arum and Top Rank are giving me a fight that I want to see. Because I do want to see Vasily Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. They could have put that shit on pay-per-view. I'd have paid for that. That's a good fight. I want to see that fight. You know? So I'm not going to boycott boxing because I'm going to get to see Jermell Charlo fight Jason Rosario. I want to see that fight. I get to see. I'm hoping I get to see with every vein in my I don't even know how to express how much I can. I'm only nervous. I'm actually nervous for Gervonta Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. Because I want to see this dude get bowled over in just ridiculous fashion. But I know it's going to go 6-7 rounds. I know it's going to go 6-7 rounds because, you know, because Leo Santa Cruz knows how to survive. He's going to try to survive and hope he can get lucky. So, you know, he's a crafty fighter. He's a multi-time world champion. So I don't care if it happens in round 1. I don't care if it happens in round 12. Gotta go, homie. Gotta go. I'm excited about that. I'm not going to boycott boxing and miss that. I'm not going to miss Danny Garcia, Errol Spence. That's a good fight. I want to see that fight. I want Errol Spence. I'm hoping Errol Spence comes out looking like Errol Spence Jr. versus Chris Algieri type shit going on. I would love to see that. You know, Deontay Wilder got to get his get back from Tyson Fury. So I'm going to roll with that too. Shit, I want to see Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez, even though I doubt that I'm going to get it. You know, I'll watch Jose Ramirez versus Postol. I don't think that's a bad fight because you know why I don't think that Jose Ramirez versus Postol is a bad fight? Because Ramirez ain't Crawford. Because Ramirez ain't Crawford. He's already unified. And he's only one other guy that I want to see him fight at 140, and that's Josh Taylor. So, cool fight. Jose Ramirez, only person I think he ducked was Regis Prograis. So, dude, even all the Top Rank fights, dude, Top Rank's got some good fights coming up. I'm not so much respect, but nah, dude, I'm a bust out Bud. That's it. I'm not even gonna boycott Bud. I'm gonna watch the fight. I'm gonna watch the fight. However, I'm gonna say what the fuck it is. And when the opponent gets announced, you know, hey, but Bud ain't got no problem telling. And here's another thing: Bud ain't got no problem telling Bob Arum that he is not fighting below his minimum. Bud can stand up to Bob Arum. He said, I am not fighting below my minimum. I'm sorry, dog. You know what I mean? Crowd, no crowd, dog. I'm not doing it. He told Bud when he tells Bobby he ain't doing that. See? You know what I mean? But look, man. Say, Day, the future, dog. I see you pushing them, dog. I see you. Is everybody scared of Ennis? Not everybody is scared of Ennis. But everybody need to be worried about Jaron Ennis, that's for sure. Anthony Robbins said, I need to know what your account so I can send you money, bro. You're not talking to me. You can super chat here if you want, or you can cash app. I appreciate that, but you know, I'm not giving banking information out. Nah, no direct deposits. That's completely unnecessary, dog. For $5, it's okay. It's all good. Don't worry about it, man. I appreciate you coming. But look, man, I'm going to get out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat, man. Have a great day. And with that, we out. Peace.